Hello Vinaka and welcome to Get In with Adelene. You have myself, Adelene Tutu, taking you through today's cardio hit session. So we've got a couple of exercises. We're working 20 seconds with 10 seconds of rest to move to the next exercise. We're going to perform 2 sets of these exercises, take a little break and then come back for our finisher. So we'll get started. Our first exercise is a thruster. So these are all body weight exercises. You're going to raise your heart rate to about 89% or above of your maximum heart rate. So let's start with our first one. We're going to squat down with our hands below our knees, coming up, straightening the body as we lift the hands up over the head. So any movement which requires your hands over the head is going to allow your heart and your lungs to work a whole lot faster, raising your heart rate a lot quicker. Let's go for 3 and 2. Last one, lovely. Our next one is going to be a skater twist. So what this is going to look like, you bring your right foot back. You're going to twist your arms towards the left side. Bringing it over to the other side. Okay, so I want you, once you've got the technique to a T, you can then increase the momentum and the tempo, going a little bit faster. So you're challenging your heart and your lungs to move a lot quicker. Go for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that was also working your obliques. Our next one, we're going to work with the left leg first, and then in the next round, we are going to hit the right side. So lunge pulses, dropping down into a lunge, and we're going to pulse here for 20 seconds, bringing your hands up, hands down. So working with the hands and your legs to get the heart rate up quicker and higher. Going for 8 seconds. Focus on bringing that back knee towards the floor, and that knee is stacked right above that ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Love it. All right, moving to the floor now. We're going to get into our shoulder taps. If you're just a beginner to exercise, keep it on the knees. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You're going to tap your shoulders now, and you're allowing your whole body to stay nice and stiff, so keeping that rigidity through your spine. Or if you want to take this up a little, bringing the knees off the mat and just working with that straight up plank, tapping your shoulders for 3 and 2 and 1, dropping back down. All right, we're lying completely flat on our stomach. These are called swimmers. So we're working with the entire posterior chain and your core. Lift your feet off the mat, legs off the mat, hands nice and long. From here, I'm going to paddle with my legs and my arms, and I'm trying my best not to look up and hurting my neck. I'm going to look down, keeping it nice and stacked all the way to my tailbone. 10 seconds, let's go. Breathing in and out. Hold it there for 3 and 2. Last one. Amazing. All right, moving straight back into that first exercise. We're going into round 2 now. So those thrusters again, bring the hands in between the feet. This time, I'd like to go a little bit faster. As you're now aware of the different exercises, this is when you get to push the tempo a little bit higher. Going for 7 and 5, 4, 3, 2. Getting ready for your skaters with the twist. So when you're doing that twist, you're actually incorporating a lot of that muscle surrounding the bottom of your core, okay? Just surrounding, like a corset. You're actually incorporating that corset-like muscle all the way to that fascia in your back. So twist and lift. 10 seconds. Nice work. And 3, 2, and 1. All right. We are working with the right side now. So lunges, and we're pulsing and holding that lunge for the entire 20 seconds. Let's drop that back knee towards the floor, staying on the tippy toe of that back foot so you're not on that heel. You want to make sure that that front leg is working the most. We come up, straighten the arms into that lunge with the hands forward. Making sure that that knee is not internally rotated. So keeping it right above that bottom toe. And 3, 2, moving to the floor now. We're going to get into our shoulder taps. And just like that first sequence, the first time we did these, you can keep it off the knees, and just making sure you're not twisting your hips or rocking your hips side to side. Keep it nice and controlled. Core is nice and tight. You've got that belly button to the spine and activating and engaging your entire trunk. Let's tap the shoulders. soft at the elbows so you're not fully locking out the hands. Going for 3, 2, and 1. Moving all the way down into our swimmers now. Working the posterior chain. Hands out to the front. Lift the feet off the mat. Let's swim here and paddle left and right. And every 5 reps, let's take a deep breath in. And exhale for 5. Nice work. Hold in that position. If it's too difficult paddling, let's just hold that position and just trying our best to squeeze the posterior chain of our body for 3 and 2. Last one. Lovely work. All right, that brings us to the end of our first segment. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, we're going to finish this workout. Welcome back to Get Lean with Adeline. We are moving into our second segment, the same exercises we performed. We're going for 2 more rounds here, 20-10. Our first one, our squat with the press. So bringing your hands in between your feet. Coming up, straighten the hips. And notice from the side as well, I am not leaning over my body and pushing my ribs out or my spine out through my back. I'm going to keep it nice and neutral. So I'm dropping the hips, but also trying my best to keep the chest upright. Lovely work. Keep going for 3, 2, and 1. Now with the skater twist, I'm going to bring that foot out to the side, over to the other side, twisting as I get into my next rep. So while you're doing these, you're also incorporating that corset-like muscle all the way from the front of your body that attaches to your spine. So that fascia is actually working really hard here. Going for 10 seconds. Try not to breathe in through your mouth. You're actually tiring your body a lot more if you breathe in through your mouth. So go through the nose, out through the mouth. Lovely work. All right, our lunges. Bring that left foot forward. Right foot steps back. Try to avoid going onto your heel. You want to push that weight to the front of your body. So about 80% of that leg is going to work really hard. Down with that back knee towards the floor, bringing your hands up to the chest, kicking back through your triceps so your arms are working just as hard as your legs. Inhale and exhale. We're going for 5 more seconds. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Fantastic work. All right, moving onto our mat exercise now with our shoulder taps on the knees or off the feet. Soften the elbows so you're not pushing too hard into those elbows and pushing your weight into your wrist. So you want to keep it nice and light. Let's tap our shoulders and try avoid swinging side to side. So keep that hip as thick as possible as you're working through these shoulder taps. Love it. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Let's bring it all the way down onto your mat. We're going for our swimmers here. So the complete opposite to that exercise we just did. This time we prioritize our back. We're swimming. And for every 5 paddles, you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale every 5 after that. Nice work. Keep going. You can do it. We've got 1 more round after this of all the exercises we've performed. So keep it together. Nice work. Let's stand up for our final round. Nice work onto the feet. Let's get into our thrusters. This time we can take that intensity up a little. So you're working a little bit harder. Let's do it together. Down, straight back up. So this is a cardio hit. The difference between a normal cardio in comparison to a hit is you're working with 90% of your maximum heart rate. So I want you to get out of that comfort zone. 3 and 2, 1. Nice work. Let's get into our skaters and twist. I want you to twist your arms to the side and just be mindful of your back. So twist where you feel comfortable, but get a little bit more of that stretch to the side of your body. Nice work. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Keeping that chest upright, try not to sink at the hips. Keep that hip nice and stacked. 10 seconds. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it into our lunges. Right foot steps forward, left foot on the front, ball of your foot. Now bringing that back knee straight down to the ground. We're going to hold our hands at our chest, and as we're standing up nice and tall, we kick back through the triceps. Let's get as many reps as we possibly can. Raise that heart rate. These 15-minute shows, these workouts are no joke if you do it right. Nice work for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's move into our shoulder taps on the floor. Now holding that lovely straight arm plank off the knees or off the feet. Let's keep our hip as stiff as possible. So imagine your hips are in a square, a box. You can't possibly move in that box. So keep it nice and stiff, contracting your core a little bit more. 10 seconds before our final exercise for today. Nice work, keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down to the mat. Hands come up, legs extended. Remember, every 5 reps, you are going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and then every 5 after that, out through the mouth. Let's go. Keeping that long spine. So imagine that rope from the top of your head down to your tip of your toes, and you're holding that position for 8. Keep going. And 4, 3, 2, and wonderful. Coming in for a lovely stretch. Your palms up to the ceiling. Stretch it out a little. And that is it for our workout for today.